A lot of you may be familiar with the story of Mary Magdalene from maybe when you were little and hearing in the Bible. But what's really interesting is that there's all of these transcripts, these Coptic scripts were found, and one of them was the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And this is the book that this is the translated version by Jean-Yves Leloup. And there's many other books that talk about this, the Meaning of Mary Magdalene by Cynthia Bourgeau. There's also Megan Watterson's book that I love on Mary Magdalene. So there's lots of great books out there, but I like to see the text. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is Coptic. And the only person, not the only person, but he is a priest and a beautiful man, Jean-Yves Leloup, who actually understands it and translated it. And it's short. It's actually very short, but people have gone crazy about it. And this is, this was found like 70 years ago. So it's not like it's new, and it was written a long time ago. But I think that what it is so important to understand is that Mary was seen as an equal among the apostles, and she was a true apostle and the apostle of the apostles. And the fact that the Catholic Church has finally honored her as that says a lot. They know that this work is true. And when you read it, it's just beautiful. So a couple of things I wanted to share about it before jumping into the actual channel message. And I wanted to share, I think, my favorite line within the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, because it's so short, right? There were a few pages missing. And right before it went missing, we get to the good part. And then all of a sudden, cliffhanger and dun, 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 and you go to 3 pages ahead. And those important 3 to 4 pages after that are missing, that's why there's been lots of talk. So Mary has a conversation with Jesus. She sees him come to her, and this is after his quote unquote death. He comes to her and she says basically to him, Lord, is it you that I see in this vision? And he honored her by saying, blessed are you, for you are not afraid. And because so many times we are afraid of what we see psychically, and we don't believe it, and we don't trust ourselves. And Mary had full faith in what she saw and her confidence. And so she asked him, I'm going to read this to you. She asked him, Lord, when someone meets you in a moment of vision, is it through the soul, which they meant psyche, so the spirit of a person, that they see, or is it through spirit? So basically, is it through the soul or the spirit of the being? And he answered, it is neither through the soul nor the spirit, but the nous between the two, which sees the vision. And it is this which ... and then it gets cut off. And then everyone figures out, what was he talking about? What's the nous? What's the nous? So what's interesting is that the nous really is your soul's connection to the divine. And it's through your soul, through your connection, that you are able to see the other dimensions and to see the beauty of the other realms. And this is just what I love so much. I'm like really just bringing it down to that. But it's fascinating. So many of these authors talk about it. And even Cynthia Bourgeau, she said, because this realm that you go to with the nous, with your soul, is considered the imaginal realm, which makes me giggle, because the imaginal realm is where the true imagination lives. It's the true world where we are living within non-reality, the non-real world, or Maya, as many gurus and yogis call it. So she says the imaginal realm is real, and through it, you will never be separated from anyone or anything you have ever loved. For love is the ground in which you live and move and have your being. And that's the most important thing. It's like you can't go to this place, to see the other realms without love, without knowing that we are all one, without knowing that we are connected. And this was the good news. This was what it meant to become fully human. This was the good news that Mary, the saint, the apostles of apostles, talked about. I have my color cards. I just am using those that are the brightest version, so you can see the colors easily. These are just little cards. I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to do, not think, I've been thinking about it a long time, but I am going to do an oracle deck of color, because there's only a couple I've seen, and they don't explore the true spirit and soul of color. So that is forthcoming if I get everything together. Okay, so let's just see what colors want to come forward. Okay, so we've got, they're little, so it makes it hard and they stick together. Okay, so we've got violet. Violet is all about royalty, so perhaps even thinking of Mary Magdalene and Jesus as royalty. Oh, that's interesting. Yellow popped out, which is about intelligence. As Johannes Sitten said, the closest color to God, because it's the closest color to white. And wow, red violet. So this is like a magenta, not quite magenta, but a nice pink. Okay, so that makes sense, because many times people align Mary Magdalene with red, and yet she's also aligned with red violet. And this is actually notated as 10 red violet, done by Menzel when he did the color notation. And 10 red violet is right when we transition from red violet to red. So how interesting. She's like, I'm both. So fascinating colors. And let's just light a candle here. See what is, I'm getting, know that there's a lot of talk about divine feminine, but there is also a lot about the divine masculine. And remember, they're not, because you're a woman, you're divine feminine, and because you're a man, you're divine masculine. You have both energies. So this is the thing we're talking about. The only way we can really become fully human was the example that Jesus and Mary set together, which is kind of not really talked about, but it is through marriage, or a true spiritual partnership that occurs between two people. And they were an example of that. Unfortunately, a lot of that information has been lost, yet it is talked about in these gospels, these Gnostic gospels, and they are mentioned as kissing each other on the mouth. Okay. So I just use some frankincense and myrrh because to me, this just brings in the energy of Mary Magdalene. She was known as the anointer as well, and using beautiful essential oils and expensive oils to anoint the hands and feet and head of others and of Jesus. Okay, so let's connect at this time. I'd like to connect with the energy of Mary Magdalene and her guides and other divine feminine goddesses. There's many, by the way. Green Tara, Saraswati, Kali Ma. It's almost like they're all stepping forward as divine feminine energy. And then Mary is stepping forward. Okay, so the energy is very light, soft, And she's just standing there, almost like she's sending this beautiful, soft energy as a greeting to you all. And it's almost like she's moving her hands. It's almost like she's writing with light. Ah, wow. Okay. So what she's created with light is a circle with the dot in the middle. And this is a symbol of the sun. It's a symbol of love. And it's the light symbol of it. Whereas Jesus, when he has stepped forward, he always shows an actual gold coin with the hole in the middle. So it's almost like they're the reverse, but they're the same. They mean the same. And this light, this circle of light, you are the dot in the middle. You are all. You are a point in the all. And it is you. You glow. So it's almost like each individual soul is a point in this circle of divinity, and yet we are all connected. And so it's not two-dimensional as we may be seeing right now, and it's not either even three-dimensional. It is multi-dimensional, and that's how we can all fit together. This is how we all may have a unique experience on this earth as she did, yet still be connected to divine. And the most important thing to know is that you are connected to the divine. You are not separate. We are all one. In this day and age of cruelty, of anger, of violence, remember that they are afraid, they are hurt. They're trying to almost be better, to show themselves as better, because they are lacking in what their true heart, what their true soul desires. They are not yet in touch with their true heart. So we send loving grace to these people that choose violence right now, that choose to express anger. We send love to them, that they may find their truth. This is the whole point. This is why Jesus came, is to show that we are all one. You live forever. Okay. Now, okay. Wow. Now I would like to talk about what is occurring for the humans on the planet right now, the energies that are coming forward. Many of you call it divine feminine, but please do not forget that there's divine masculine within. And this message is specifically for the men in the world who are in pain, who are feeling left out, who are feeling forgotten, that you must embrace this divine feminine energy and to be in touch with your true humanness, to allow your soul to soften the personality, to soften the heart, so that you may see your truth. You do not need to build walls anymore. The walls you create only stop those from entering and knowing the truth of who you are, and stop you from knowing the truth of yourself. So she's like sending this beautiful energy that is, it's not a color within our physical realm. It has bits of gold, and there's like types of sparkle, but she's sending this to all of the beings that are missing, that are lacking the divine feminine energy. Again, this is not a gender specific energy. This is an energy to allow you to understand your emotions. And so for women who have tapped into more of a human masculine energy, we're asking you to also receive this divine feminine energy, to allow it to enter you, and to understand that there is a divine masculine energy as well. this divine feminine energy does have a color for your world. It is the red violet. Oh, it's this. This allows you to bring forward love, compassion, and beauty into your life. And just feeling this energy is being sent to your heart to fill up your heart, to fill your heart up with this loving energy so that you know beyond any doubt that you are love and that it is okay to express this, to feel it, to allow it to be placed in you and to grow. She's almost showing it like she's showing like a little green sprout growing out of the earth. And you are this little green sprout and you're growing into this big tree. And as you grow, more branches, more leaves will be added, more understanding, so that when it rains, you are sheltered. When it storms, you are rooted deep into the earth so that you are strong. And there is neither right nor left. There's only above and below and all around. You are the dot. So that's her message. She's just sending like all of this loving energy to you. And we bow to her and honor her and her presence and her beautiful energy. Thank you. Okay, well, I'm not going to, I don't even remember what I said. It's just kind of like that. These are the colors once again. Violet for basically the divine royalty. No one's better than one another, but it's this beautiful royalty that's aligned with that. Yellow for our intelligence, divine intelligence, and then red violet for this compassionate, beautiful energy that comes from Mary Magdalene to you. So I'll leave that with you, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.